Hello from Tennessee. I wanted to do a little vid on my thoughts on lending out watches to fellow enthusiasts. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, if you've been in this hobby for any length of time, uh, lending out watches, getting watches in is something that is very commonplace, especially folks with YouTube channels. First off, wearing the Casio Duro, got it on a Straps Co. Beads of Ice, just a fun watch. Great budget Casio. So I have really shied away from being a review channel because I don't want to get in that role of having to bring stuff in, pay for shipping, all those kinds of things. I just don't want to deal with that. Now, a lot of folks are fairly generous if they wanted to borrow watches. That I've got one buddy that will pay for shipping, and it's kind of an interesting thing. I think I'm probably a little protective of my watches. There are a few people that I would lend to, but if I'm being completely transparent and honest, I just hate dealing with the post office, and that's why I've got the priority mail thing here. It's the packaging up and sending to the post office, worrying about it tracking. And granted, I know you can get insurance, but then having to deal with the insurance and everything else. If the people that I knew in the watch community lived within a 10-minute drive, I wouldn't hesitate lending stuff out to folks. I just don't want to deal, to be honest, with the mail and how bad it's been in some circumstances. I know a lot of you are on Discord, and some of those watch tours go dark for a week or two sometimes. I have sold a few watches. I thought I had one watch that went dark. I think it just got caught up in Detroit on its way to its new owner. That I think went dark for almost 2 weeks and then just kind of blipped and came back out. Now that was during the height of COVID too as well. But like I said, to be honest and transparent, I just don't want to deal with the shipping and stuff too as well. And yeah, granted, it may be a little selfish, but it is something that I just really don't want to deal with. And I certainly have access to massive amounts of massive amounts of content if I wanted to, but I don't want to be a review channel. There are so many great review channels out there already. And for me, the spin that I want to do for me is watches that I own and wear or have in my collection that I kind of want to keep the focus on and rotate around there. And I think what that does for me too, and this is a little bit of a tangent, but what that does for me is it allows me to evaluate why I have watches in my collection. There's a variety of reasons, but off that topic for now, that'll be for another day. But basically, I don't lend out a lot. I don't lend out watches. Like I said, there's at least one person in particular I could think of that I would not hesitate sending to. But for the most part, those are few or far between, and hopefully nobody will get offended over that. That's just kind of my strategy right now. And this hobby can be time consumptive sometimes, and I don't want something else to kind of roll in there or have me worrying about something that's in the mail and all that too as well. So just a quick topic video. I know this has been done before by others too, but I think as you get into this hobby, certainly this topic comes up consistently. And the good thing about the enthusiast community, I don't really think, I think everybody's at a different place too in terms of lending out stuff. And I truly feel like there's not any offense that's given when people have a different perspective too as well, or are really not willing to. I think we're all in a different place on that too as well. And I think it's just an interesting thing to talk about and think about too as well. And like I said, I wish a lot of you were a heck of a lot closer because, meetups and lending out watches. I got a couple buddies, John and Clayton, that they've owned a watch together, and then they're I think they're like a half hour apart up in the Northeast, and they are able to get together once in a while too as well. So that's a great way to be able to see each other's collections and lend watches in a way where you don't have to be worrying about the mail and so forth too as well. So as always, stay positive, make friends, enjoy the journey. Take care.